fear of failure. Don't be as scared. The boss hanging out at a Jersey Shore landmark over the weekend, and what authentic people do differently.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Good morning. It is Monday, November 18th, already 2019, day 67 of Gotta Get on Ellen. Today is Grateful Monday. I believe I forgot about Grateful Monday last week because I was still all hyped up on my Rise Business Conference and Rachel Hollis up. So Grateful Monday, if you are not familiar, is the day that I go over some entries from my own gratitude journal to demonstrate to you how easy it is to write down a mere 5 things each day that you are grateful for. It can be big, it can be small, it can be absurd, it can be ridiculous. The only thing that I try to encourage you to do is to make sure it's different things. Don't try and be grateful for my house every day. You want to mix it up. Because the point of it is to go throughout your day looking for things to be grateful for. So here are some of the items that I wrote down last week, kind of as an example for you. I have come up with an idea on a journal that I may want to produce. So that's pretty exciting. Put Tucker's Christmas sweater on. That's always a very exciting time here at this house, which leads me to the Christmas tree. It's up. I'm staring at it right now. I'm not real happy with the lights this year. I think last year we started doing white and red together, and I think last year we kind of twisted them around at the same time. Like my husband, his job is the lights, I take care of the rest. I think he put them both together so they kind of looked like a candy cane going around. And this year we had gotten what is called candy cane lights, which is a white light with a red tip. Unfortunately, after all the ornaments and such are on, you can't really see them very well. So where the candy cane lights are, it really just looks like white lights. So the tree didn't turn out like we had hoped. We'll do something hopefully better next year. I'm not starting over again. That's what the tree's going to look like. Good enough. Good enough. So what else have I been grateful for this week? You remember me speaking about how I had to go get blood work done last week, so I was not able to have any coffee before that. So afterwards, I treated myself to a big, huge coffee from Wawa. That was yummy-licious. And a woman that I met at the conference, I called her my early morning reading buddy, Janet. We would see each other in the morning. She'd be in the lobby with a big pile of books, and we would chit-chat. So she listened to my podcast over the weekend and told me that she really liked it. So, of course, that is something I'm extremely grateful for. So, see, it's just simple little things. Big coffee, Christmas sweater on the dog. Doesn't have to be something big and gigantic. Small. We're looking for small, actually. The smaller, the better. But big things are good, too. I'm always grateful for my house and my view. I just try not to write that down every day. So, moving along, Bruce Springsteen. I don't know if you're a fan, but if you're from the Jersey Shore area, you know that he just happens to pop up often at these legendary places in the Jersey Shore area, like mostly the Asbury Park area. That's where he got his start. He started at the Stone Pony, as many people did in this area. Bon Jovi also got part of his start at the Stone Pony. The Stone Pony is in Asbury Park, New Jersey. If you're familiar with Bruce, you know Greetings from Asbury Park. That's about 45 minutes from where I live. I've been to the Stone Pony a bunch of times. And that's where Bruce showed up over the weekend. So that's always kind of cool. I read that he played for like 2 hours. I mean, can you imagine you're just going to see your friend's band play or just going to go out for the night and you get a free, well, almost free Bruce Springsteen concert. Pretty cool, huh? So he was also there over the weekend at their summer stage, which is an outside venue. I think that holds about 5,000 people. I'm pretty sure that's closed now. So the Stone Pony, I don't know if you've ever been there, if you've heard about it forever. It really is just a little dive bar. It's been in danger of closing so many times. But they managed somehow to keep it going. But it's tiny, tiny little place. But it's kind of cool because it's so iconic, you know. So that's what happened over the weekend. I remember, I believe it was last season, Bruce had showed up at a bar in Asbury Park, I believe the Wonder Bar, just to watch a Giants game. Rolled on up on his motorcycle, put it in park, sat at the bar, had a burger and a beer, was watching the Giants game. Could you imagine being in that bar and you look over and you're like, is that Bruce Springsteen? Have you really looked at Bruce Springsteen lately? That guy is tiny. Not only is he little, but like skinny. Like, because, you know, you see him on stage a lot, and his legs are just like little twigs. And I don't mean that in a, you know, mean kind of way. He's just a skinny, tiny guy. But, yeah, it's Bruce. It's the boss. What are you going to do? He's the man. I had a resurgence of actually, I was never a huge Bruce fan, honestly, but after working at one of my last jobs, I gained a new appreciation for him, and I am a fan now. I know he's very political. We do not agree on most politics. That's okay. I can set that aside. Just don't spout them off to me while I'm watching you in concert when I pay up to $300 to see you. I've never seen Bruce in concert. I don't know if that's what he does. I do know that I went to see Madonna one time, and she was showing political videos in the background. That kind of annoyed me. But I'm not one of those people who, you know, hey, you want to spout off about your, you know, beliefs and political commentaries, have at it. I don't even mind if you do it at an award show. If that's what you want to take your time to spend on, more power to you. Just don't charge me for it. That's my big thing. I don't want to see it in concert. I guess you can do songs about it, and that way you're kind of technically paying for it, but then I kind of have a choice because I know going in, when I go to a concert, I just don't want to hear it. Just don't want to hear it. So I'm going to move on to the 10 things that authentic people do differently. There's an article that I posted on the group page. Check it out when you get a chance. It says, appreciate your rude, blunt friend. They're usually the realest. And they say that these fully authentic people do things differently, I guess, than the rest of us that aren't authentic. I'm not sure. But the first one is to say what they feel. They state their opinions and openly speak their minds, but never in anger. They have passion. They accept change. I'm working on it. I'm getting there. They make self-wellness a priority. They know that adaptability is key. Oh, working on that one too. They take feedback. Speaking of feedback, begging for some feedback about the Hopefulist. Is there parts of it that you love? Is it parts of it that you don't love? Is there something that you would like me to add? Is there something that you would like me to detract, subtract? Is there something, anything? I will take any and all feedback. Do not worry about hurting my feelings. I promise you, I will take it all as constructive criticism. Moving on, number 7, authentic people enjoy what's beneath the surface. Deep and honest conversations are what authentic people look for in companions. They don't like frivolous gossip and superficial small talk. Authentic people stick to what they want. Number 9 is they want everyone to be happy. And number 10, they don't judge books by their covers. They see others for what's inside, not just the physical or surface traits. They aren't drawn to others because of a pretty face, a nice figure, or even pleasant light conversation. They are attracted to a beautiful character, a strong soul, a complex human being with with depth, darkness, and light. So there you go. Some things that authentic people do differently. How do you feel about that? So if you would like to read all of it in more detail, like I said, I did post it on the group page, so you can read the article in full. I'm going to move on to the topic. I couldn't resist posting and sharing this picture that I found. It is a hot dog couch. Not only is it a hot dog couch, but it is a $7,000 hot dog couch. That's right. I don't know anybody who would want this at all, let alone pay $7,000 for it. It's Neiman Marcus is selling it. They are notoriously expensive. So if you would like to check it out, it is on the Hopefulist page. Yesterday I posted it. And it really is ridiculous looking. I didn't even know what it was until I read that it's actually a sofa complete with toppings. There's a hot dog in the middle of the couch going the length of it, kind of like a long pillow, I assume. And there is a pickle. It actually looks, I'm assuming it's a pickle because it actually looks like a cucumber. And then, is that a tomato? Has anybody put tomato on their hot dog? I mean, I know ketchup, but I don't know. There's a little squiggle of mustard on the hot dog pillow, too. So I asked, do you know anybody who would want this? Jim says, a hot dog store might. Not me, though. Sarah Jo says, I would love this for my classroom. She's a teacher. Adele says, I was about to say my dogs would like that, but then I saw the price. I know. Michelle says, I don't know anyone who would want this. Beverly says, that is a big no. Joe says, that looks stupid. And Marcy says, I really don't know what to say about that. Maybe if it was an inflatable pool floaty. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. It looks more of like an inflatable than it does an actual couch. It's just beyond ridiculous, really. I don't even know why they come up with such ridiculous ideas. Well, I guess to get people talking about it, and it's worked. We've all fallen for it. Well, at least I have. I've fallen for it. So there you go. Nobody that we know, except for Sarah Jo, for her classroom, wants a hot dog couch complete with toppings. So I will be moving on to the blog post. You know, every Sunday I think to myself, I'm going to get my blog post done and out of the way. And that way I don't have to worry about it for Monday morning. I'll just have to, you know, get my news together and all of that stuff. And I very rarely get it done. I always think about it. I always think, okay, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then I did actually do it yesterday. I did it in the morning. And then I dove into my book that I've been reading, Mindset. So fascinating. I really wish that I would have waited this time. Of course, it's always the way it goes, isn't it? I wish I would have waited this time because I've learned so much about a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. And it really has a lot to do with how you perceive failure. So I'm talking about fearing failure in today's blog post. And stop it. Stop fearing it. We always think of failure as a bad word. Guess what? It's not. It's not. It just means what you have been doing isn't working. It's a sign. It's a signal to pivot. Pivot. My friends know what I'm talking about. You know what isn't working, so now you can focus on another direction that may work. We must stop believing that a failure means we should quit. So how many times have you tried something that didn't go as planned? A lot, I'm betting. Did you take that as a sign you shouldn't be doing that certain thing? I hope not. But if you did, please reconsider. If you tried to do something like surfing and were really bad at it, that doesn't mean it's a sign you shouldn't do it. Who is good at surfing the first time they try? Practically nobody. I mean, you